This is Made for More Living with Johnny Jennings. Online at madeformorerealty.com.
So we're back with Jill Gayaldo. Did I get it?
You got it.
All right, with Jill Gayaldo. And we were talking off the air really about something super important, this local gem called Lori's Little Shack behind the railroad track. And we're actually going to be doing our Christmas party there. So the Made for More Christmas party will be there. It'll be an ugly Christmas party sweater type of a thing and filled with karaoke. But we love that spot. The tacos are delicious.
And the beans.
And the beans.
Oh, the beans are amazing.
Is this your restaurant?
No.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever been? I don't think it's your
Lori's Shack behind the railroad track?
Lori's Little Shack.
Little Shack.
And is this a taco stand or what is this?
It's a bar.
Old school bar.
Oh,
And I'm
okay.
talking old school. Karaoke.
So behind the railroad track in Loomis, Rocklin?
Rocklin, right on Pacific Street and Myers, right on the corner. And like I say, literally.
So if you blink, you'll miss it.
Yeah. It's across the street from the house my husband grew up in.
Oh, wow.
So that but it's an experience. And you know, it's been, I say, and it's seriously, you wouldn't expect it, but the food's fabulous. And it's just that old school, you know, you walk in and people look at you like, are you from around here?
Who are you?
Yeah.
You're not one of our regulars.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's just the best. And they have, these are serious karaoke singers. I noticed when I went in there.
Oh,
these are
karaoke,
like
sure.
professional karaoke people. Or
Yeah, they
something.
don't mess around. We invited a friend, and she's really good. And she like goes around to different karaoke hot spots, and so we're like,
She's a professional karaokeer.
yeah.
I never knew there was such a thing.
Well,
Bringing
semi-professional. She does it. She spends a lot of time doing it, but she doesn't make any money.
That's
you know?
Made for More, spending the big bucks for their Christmas party, bringing in a professional for karaoke.
Bringing in Christy. Yeah.
I think that's what scares people from doing karaoke, because you're like, oh man, I thought we were supposed to be terrible, and
Right.
Yeah.
these guys have done this before.
We just brought her in to help, church up the group a little bit, because we're gonna be horrible.
You got to
at karaoke.
practice. You got to have your song, right? You got to know one or two go-tos that you just know you're going to be able to belt it out.
I asked Valerie. I was like, Val, what song should I do? Like, should I even do it? And she's like, yes. And I know the song. And she told me.
Wow.
We were driving to church. We haven't laughed that hard in a long.
All right, let's hear it.
time.
What's the song? Macho Man by the Village People?
I don't even remember it, but it was some
on.
Miley Cyrus song. It was some Miley Cyrus.
Oh my God.
And she
Like
was-
you're gonna do Wrecking Ball? Just
No, look at you go.
Come on, I
Look
can
at
see
you
it
go.
right now.
No, I'm having a. So when Valerie met me, I was working at the bookstore in Bakersfield, the university bookstore at Cal State Bakersfield, and so back in the olden days, everybody had to have books, and you could only buy them from the university.
Remember those days when people had to have a book?
Books,
right.
yeah, and so all the students had to come through and buy the books, and I was ringing out every student, and so that's how I met Valerie.
Oh, I thought you were going to say that's how I met Miley Cyrus.
No.
she in the book. And
That's the first time I met Valerie, and I was stuck in that bookstore all the time, and there was a specific Miley Cyrus song that was really popular
what
at the
year
time.
was this?
Party in the USA.
That's
Yeah.
the one.
Okay,
That's
all
the
right.
one.
I'm thinking, what's a good karaoke?
I don't know. about
2010.
that one.
It would not stop playing, and so Valerie would just give me a hard time about it.
Oh,
And
wow.
so to this day, when she hears that song,
You know,
she-
there is a
you know.
Monkees song called Valerie. Maybe you should practice that. It
Yes.
would shock the heck out of her when you get
Yes.
There's a Monkees, and then
Do you know who the Monkees are?
my mom loves the
Yeah.
Monkees.
Hey, we're the Monkees.
And then Amy Winehouse, I think, did it too. I think
Oh,
Amy
really?
Winehouse redid it. Yeah, Valerie.
Wow.
So, anyways,
I don't know
enough
if I
about
attend
Valerie
your Christmas
and
party if you're gonna sing "Party in the
come on,
USA
come on,
with your
Matt.
cowboy
We may
boots.
crash this party just
Yeah,
to
it'll
see
be
it.
fun. It'll be
Just
fun.
to see it.
But back to the mayor of Rocklin, the esteemed mayor of Rocklin, Jill. What's happening in Rocklin? What can we expect? What's developing? Any fun, exciting things?
You know what? There are a lot of really exciting things. I got to tell you, and talking about Lori's Little Shack just reminded me. So we have an amphitheater right downtown, Corey Park Amphitheater.
Yep.
We have the adventure park where you can zip line and ropes course, which is
Yeah.
really cool. And right next to it, we have an outdoor amphitheater, and it is getting known big time because I'm a music fiend. That's what I love music, and I love live music and all kinds. And this is my favorite place. Honest to goodness. You're not zip tied together in chairs. You bring a low lawn chair. There's not a bad view. You can get up and socialize and get food trucks, and it's just so fun. But the bands that are coming found Lori's Little Shack, and I keep hearing that in fact, Three Dog Night was here this summer, and they all showed up at Lori's Little Shack and bought Lori's Little Shack T-shirts, and so I
That's
saw them
awesome.
wandering around. And that's one of the funnest things, honestly. Of course, for me, I get to be the goofy mayor that introduces the bands, so I wear something as much fun and ridiculous and shames my husband as I can find. If it lights up, I've got it, and it's just so fun. So we have, 70s, we start out with YNT or Three Dog Night. 80s, we had English Beat. We had 90s, we had Wallflowers. I had Bob Dylan's son in Rocklin.
Wow, I remember
It
that. That was last
cool.
year, right?
Yeah, this last summer, Gin Blossoms. So we had that a lot of country. We had a guy I did not know and was probably one of the best, Oliver Anthony, who
Oh,
got
gosh,
his
really?
start on radio or online, I think.
Instagram, I think I saw him on Instagram.
That's it, yeah. And I think he went on Joe Rogan or something and blew
Yeah.
up. Sold out, which max we can have is 2,000. He was fabulous. Very interesting character.
Yeah, big red beard. Yeah.
Yes, barefoot, and he looked like he wandered in off the tracks when he came in. But he was so nice, and when he got done, I had a little panic moment because he jumped off the stage into the crowd. He stayed for an hour, took a picture with anybody that wanted to take a picture. It was very
That's
cool.
really cool.
But those concerts are phenomenal, and I can't wait to see. We do about 20 a year, and it brings people in. And I try to explain to people, the city's not making money off of it, but they're coming in supporting our businesses. They're going to dinner at the Shack or at Rubino's or someplace downtown. They fill their car up with gas. They spend the night because we track where they're coming from. And it's just a great shot in the arm for downtown. And it's just fun.
And I've taken my kids to just even the movies in the park, where they show a movie, Moana or whatever, and they've got the princesses out. Kids are playing on the train. And again, you got the kettle corn and the food truck. So it's just a good way to bring families together. It builds community. And I think that's so critically important in our society right now where everyone's isolated and wants to virtual reality or virtually meet and everything, to have those opportunities to come together. Because that's how our country was really built, with small town community feel like that. Absolutely. And so when you can somehow maintain that and continue to feed into that, and create opportunities, that's so critically important to where our society is going.
I really like the Christmas tree lighting.
Oh, good.
That's what we did last year with the boys. Like
Good.
We have little boys, and sometimes it's hard on the parents and grandparents to hang around and do all that. But the older kids absolutely loved it. Like Jack loved it. There were coloring stations. There's food. I mean, it was
so
really
fun. I did the s'mores pit there, and that's actually something. A bunch of years ago, we always had this Jubilee, which was my favorite thing in Rocklin. I always said if you wanted to break into a house, do it on the night of the Jubilee because everyone was there. We have the best fireworks. By the way, the pyrotechnic company that's been doing them and does the Olympics and all these shows, they're
they
based in
Celebrate
Rocklin.
America, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they're fantastic.
They're from Rocklin.
Really?
So we get, I'm
Though
not
they
going
are
to say, we get a
state-of-the-art.
little extra something in there. So they're phenomenal. But I think, in fact, it was one of my motivations in running, and I think it was 2008, the downturn in the economy, they said they were postponing it, but it never came back. And I was crushed to lose the Jubilee. And so Gene Johnson, a group of us from Kiwanis started, we wanted something free for families. So we said, let's do this Christmas tree lighting. And literally, I think it was like 5 of us setting this up. And Gene, he's closer to 90 than 80, and he's up there hanging lights on the church because we did it on Front Street then, and we didn't know if we'd get anybody or not, and it blew up, and so it's gotten so big we moved it to Quarry Park now, but it's just a blast. And even just, you mentioned the movie in the park, just probably last month we did Wicked, and there were
I can imagine.
I can't
That'd be a
believe
good
how many people
turnout.
were there. And they did the coolest thing. The vendors, they had little vendor booths, only kids. So it was kids making bracelets or candles or whatever. And so only kids could sell stuff there. And it was really cool. But it felt
you
like
had
a
only
community.
kid vendors?
Yeah, only kid
that's
vendors.
so fun.
That
It was
is.
really fun. It was really fun. The only problem is going table to table, like, who you're not going to buy from.
Exactly.
Right, exactly.
The kids are cleaning up.
Well, you make big bucks being a mayor, right?
That's right. Hey,
Yeah.
I told
I think
him,
that's that's something people don't understand, especially a small town, because a lot of people still consider Rocklin somewhat of a small town.
Yeah.
Being a mayor, it's not a regular salary like someone in the city of Sacramento.
Yeah, I think that's something people don't realize. We all have jobs because we get in Rocklin, we get a stipend, $623 a month is our stipend. No benefits or retirement or anything like that. It's just a stipend.
So it's basically a volunteer job.
Yeah, it's our
Yeah.
I like to feel like it's my community service. And same with Roseville. They are one that honestly, they're so big. I feel like they really could be a full-time council.
Sure, yeah.
But I think the same thing. They get about $600 a month
Wow.
for what they do.
So why do you do it? Because, I mean...
I love this city. And I, like I said, it's been home to our family for 5 generations. I have great people on council with me. They're really good. We're very different, but we work well together. We're very professional. We don't... but I wanted somebody to keep that older connection, to kind of remember where we were.
Yeah.
I know we're going to grow and people have property and they get to build on it. But I wanted to make sure to keep that connection, and I think that was really important to me. So yeah, here we are. And believe it or not, my late father-in-law, the one that was born in Hawaii and got to Rocklin when he was 2, and he made it all the way through the 6th grade. Hank, they called him Hank, but Andreas Gayaldo, he also served as the mayor of Rocklin and on council.
Oh, wow.
Almost
That's
20
awesome.
years,
That's
starting
so
in
cool.
the late 1948, I think.
Wow.
So my husband tells me, just don't screw this up.
Yeah.
Right.
He sets you up for success. Just don't mess it up.
Exactly. So it's just, that's kind of special.
Do your
for us.
kids want to follow in your footsteps, you think?
No, they think I'm crazy.
Well, give it time. Give it time.
Yeah, exactly.
What about so you talked about how Rocklin has exploded over the years, and when you spoke at our team meeting a couple months ago, I never once considered the growth stopping. But at some point, this Rocklin is going to be built out, right?
Absolutely.
So what is
we're
that?
Very close.
So where are we at right now? What does build out look like? How are we handling that?
That's the biggest challenge that we're looking at. We're in a really good place. Rocklin, I know most people wouldn't know or pay attention. We got a AAA Fitch rating. It's the highest you can have. We are dialed with our budget. We're very conservative in our dollars and really cautious because you can't live on growth because we're going to stop. We're almost 75,000 people. We'll probably be about 85,000, and there's no more space. So we have to keep those services in place. So how do we do that? And that's a conversation we're having to make sure that we're set up. We pay for all. You hear a lot of times about retirement legacy costs and how that really scared. We pay as we go. We're covered. So we're dialed, but we also know costs go up every single year, and so we need to be really cautious to make sure what I've learned doing this job is business is what pays the bills, quite honestly. So making sure that we've got great businesses and that they continue to support what we have and bring in what we don't have, that's really, really crucial for us. During COVID, we were very fortunate. Granite Drive saved us. In fact, we have all the, I keep saying I don't have any normal cars, but if you need an Audi or a Porsche or a Mercedes or
Tesla, Lucid,
one that we just have coming that just got announced. If you're buying an electric car, you need to come to Rocklin. But Rivian is joining us.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so we'll have the 3 big electric manufacturers. And then also Genesis, which is the high-end Hyundai dealer. They're here. They're just starting now with us as well. So those... we don't have the giant Bosch, but I've got, Bass Pro. I'm sure nothing says Rocklin like Bass Pro.
Yeah.
Right?
That's right.
But they saved us during COVID. They really did.
Oh, yeah.
It was there.
Did they say open?
They did, because the understanding is the stuff that was essential. I think everybody that started selling garden products or building products, they got to stay open.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. My son, Levi, he's in Cub Scouts, and they go to Bass Pro Shop every year. They set up almost every weekend, and it's incredible how much support they see from the residents of Rocklin. It's incredible. Almost every other person comes out. Absolutely, yep. Don't even ask how much it costs. They're like,
Is
yep.
he selling
we're
like
buying-
popcorn or what?
Yeah, he's selling popcorn.
Okay.
Nice.
And
Nice.
it's incredible the support of the Rocklin community for Cub Scouts. They set up there at the exit, and it's just the nicest, greatest people. So many different Eagle Scouts or former Boy Scouts, and just the families. And so we know Bass Pro Shop, that's the number one place to be if you want to sell popcorn.
If you want to move some products,
Absolutely.
go to Bass Pro.
Because they're just supportive of stuff like that, you know?
I
This is
get
cool.
to go talk to the Webelos tomorrow night.
Oh, really?
And it was
My son's a Weebelo. Do
Is
you
he?
know what Weebelo means?
Well, I have brothers.
Oh, okay.
And I like to think that I earned half of their merit badges because I was the one sitting out there with them to get them done. So I love it. I'm very excited.
Oh, I'm all about it. My son was one of the top sellers, and I'm with him. I'm like side by side. I want to sell the most, and I tell him, go after that guy, and it's just fun. It's great to have that kind of community support, though. It's so cool. So Webelos means we be loyal scouts.
Loyal Scouts,
My
that's
son
right.
just did not like that. He's like, come on, it's got to be something cooler
Yeah.
than that.
It kind of
I know,
sounds
'cause it
Native
is
American. Yeah.
Yeah, we be loyal scouts.
You know,
yeah.
it was funny because last year I went to speak to a scouting group, and I'm standing there, and I think it was interesting. As the only woman on council, for some reason that's been that way for a long time. But I'm standing there waiting to speak, and the scout leader was talking to the kids and saying, "We can have the mayor," and the little boy said, "When's he going to get here?"
Oh.
And I had a flashback to this pin. So I have to tell you I am wearing a chamber pot pin, and this was my mother-in-law's pin. She had the restaurant where Mezcalito is. That was hers for 30 years. She was a very successful restaurateur, worked her tail off. And she belonged to every service group known to mankind, but she couldn't belong to the Chamber of Commerce because it was a men's only group. And this is all the way up to like 1970. And so she started a group with some other ladies that was the service organization to the chamber, and they called themselves the Chambermaids. And so
wow.
that's
That's
when
awesome.
I keep my chamber pot pin to keep me grounded sometimes, and I think she'd be so proud to see what I'm doing
That's
now.
so
Absolutely,
cool.
she would.
Yeah, isn't that amazing? Yeah,
It is.
But I did get a kick when that little guy said that to me, and I gave him that. Yes, she is.
Yes.
So as we're wrapping up, what are some things that people who are maybe living in Rocklin, what can they look forward to? What changes do they see coming? Because sometimes change can be a little bit scary.
It definitely can be scary. I think, and a lot of folks, when they get here, I always recommend, please, if you're buying a home and there's an empty lot behind you, please check to see what it's zoned for, because it's probably not going to stay empty. So be really cautious. Knowing the pressure from the state to build, especially our workforce housing, is our biggest challenge that we have coming. But I also... hopefully they see the balance. In our city of 20 square miles, we now have 37 parks, 3 more on the books to come. Very excited that we were able to purchase the old abandoned golf course dead center in town. So now I have 184 acres there.
Wow. What are you going to do with that?
We got 5 miles of walking trails in there already. And then this year, we just got the drawings completed and the bids are going out. We're putting 16 pickleball courts in the old Sunset Whitney.
Oh, fun.
Man,
Have you picked up pickleball yet, Johnny?
Definitely have not.
Oh, come
Me
on, you
neither,
got
but
to.
holy moly, we're the only ones, I
Yeah.
think, because people are pumped.
Oh, you put that
for
thing in, it's
pickleball.
going to be huge. Yeah.
And 16, then they can do tournaments, is what they're telling us. So we've got that.
Rocklin's going to have their
coming
own professional pickleball
in.
team.
That's right. That's right. We're also putting in a Veterans Memorial Park in that park. We
nice.
have a small area by the one by City Hall, but it's just not in a quiet enough contemplative area, I think. So we're excited to have that there. And then probably the biggest news in the last 6 months, Clover Valley has been a challenge forever. A lot of people don't know it's there. If you drive down Park Drive, there's a Boulder Ridge Park that is the only park we have to go lock the gates at night because it's a little too attractive, because it's stunning. You wouldn't even realize it. If you walk up there, you can see over the whole valley. 17 years ago, they had permits to build in there, and it went through a court system, I think 11 years ago, and it was upheld. But I always felt strongly, this is special. piece of property. It truly is. And I'm so pleased. We partnered with the Placer County Office of Education, with Jessup, with the Placer Land Trust, with the City of Lincoln, and we've purchased 404 acres, the entire valley floor and slopes, and we're putting a conservation easement over that. So it will stay that way. We're going to put an outdoor education center in there so your kids can just come close by and go down and see. There's a lot of, obviously Indian grinding rocks, and it's just a beautiful piece of property. So we're building, but we're going to balance with these acreages where we can.
I love that. Thank you so much for doing all that you do for Rocklin, because I've just seen you a couple of times, and you are always working, always going, and always a joy to be around. So thank you for all you're doing.
Thank you so much. I'm blessed. We live in a great city, and my job is to make sure I keep it that way.
Yep. Well, you're doing a great job. Keep it up, Jill.
Hey, Rocklin rocks.
There you go.
I don't know how many times I've heard it from different homeowners who tell me, yes, we are interested in selling our home, putting it on the market, but we just don't have the time, and we certainly don't have the money to do all those costly repairs. There's that issue in the bathroom. The kitchen cabinets really need to be redone. We've got that issue in the backyard, and I think there's some kind of deal going on with our roof. Oh, yeah, and the garage door is just not opening and functioning like it's supposed to. So they keep putting off selling their home year after year. They just don't have the time or the money to get it ready. And so that's when I tell them about my good friend Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty. He walks you through every step of the process, and he's got an easy program that makes things simple, and you can get 3 cash offers for your home in as-is condition. So what does that mean? That means you don't have to do all those costly home repairs that you don't have the money or time for. It means you don't have to do any open houses, right? People coming in and out of your home. You don't have to do staging or organizing. It's just bam, 3 cash offers on your home in as-is condition. And Johnny Jennings, like we've said many times, is someone you can trust. He's honest, he has integrity, and you're going to just love your experience like so many others have told us on Google. They've got over 1,000 5-star Google reviews. So for more info, just Google Johnny Jennings with Made for More Realty and get more for your home.